moving forward, what else we got this week? Well, the Final Four's coming up, and man, it's death, taxes, and Tom Izzo. Man, that's it.
I I feel really dumb because my Final Four was so wrong on so many levels. Especially Tennessee. I cannot begin to comprehend how Duke and Tennessee lost. I can, but I can't.
I can see how Duke lost.
Yeah, Duke had been skating by almost the whole tournament.
They've been skating by on talent.
Like the last 2 rounds before that, they barely.
Yeah, they had won in the final minute their 2 previous games.
And the UCF game was ridiculous.
Right.
I mean,
and so when you play a team with a coach that can compete with your coach and players that can actually compete with your players, you can't let it get to the final minute because the seniors and the juniors are going to beat the freshmen.
Zion can only take you so far.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, like, oh my gosh, RJ Barrett missing a free throw. oh my goodness. And he's their closer. Like he's been known in tight basketball circles since he's 16 as like the best closer of his age.
Let me ask you a question.
He's the guy.
Did he have ice water in his veins?
He didn't. And he looks like he needs to wake up. He's got those Tracy McGrady eyes where he looks like he's half asleep.
I love Gus Johnson so much. Because who else can make that phrase sound cool?
You know who I loved? Oh my gosh, Chuck. Watching Charles Barkley cheer for Auburn and freak out for Auburn.
Terrible. Terrible.
I saw a tweet from the March Madness, the NCAA tournament account, saying retweet this if you want to Chuck Cam at the Final Four.
Yes.
And I need it. I need a Chuck
yeah,
Cam.
I saw you tweet about that.
I need box and box, screen and screen, whatever. I need it with Chuck.
Let me ask you this. Of the 2 big surprises in the Final Four, which is more surprising to you, Auburn or Texas Tech?
I'm going to say Auburn is more surprising because Texas Tech was a very good team, ranked in the top 10, top 15 throughout most of the year. They had up and downs, but I'm gonna say Auburn because Auburn has done the most in the less amount of time. Because 2 weekends ago they had 4 chances to lose their first round game. They almost pooped away their first round game, and now they're in the
terrible
Final Four.
air ball.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I'd never seen a team that looked like they are trying to give the other team chances like Auburn did. And now to be in the Final Four says a lot about how they've come together and matured and acknowledged what they need to do as players and as a team. And I think that was really cool to see. And it's really unique how they've been able to do that. That's more than just like a great run by a dominant team. Like they were not a dominant team. They were almost getting beat by a mid-major, and they had to pull it together after like they couldn't pull it together in that game. After that game, they had to come together and say, okay, what do we need to do? What were our mistakes? How can we be better? And that you've seen them get better and better every game, and then they're just dominating now. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was just taken aback by both teams. I think both are very surprising. I can see what you're saying where Texas Tech isn't as surprising as saying Auburn, but
they're not basketball schools. That's not what
they're not. They're not. I mean, one's barely a football school. I still got to say Texas Tech is the most surprising to me because I still thought it was impressive for them to get a 3rd seed being in a very competitive Big 12. And to see them beat Michigan, because I had Michigan winning that one. And I did not expect that. So that would have been what, the Elite 8, right, is where they lose?
I believe so.
So I didn't even think of this happening. And, I mean, all of it's very surprising. Michigan State, not as so much. In Virginia, I mean, like, those are 2 teams that I felt like could have gone either way, and they could have been in the Final Four. But Auburn and Texas Tech both have blown me away with their coaching and how they're able to, like you said, have the adversity and still fight like a champion and scrap and claw and win games. And that's why I love this tournament so much, because you truly start to see who the best coaches are.
Right.
And who can scheme the best. And it just makes me so upset that we don't have this in college football. Because this is some of the best.
Well, you can never have anything
entertainment I've had watching college sports.
Nothing can reach the level of what this does with the games in a full weekend of games every second from 10 a.m. to midnight. College football,
people don't even go to work. Like people take Thursday and Friday off.
Right.
They don't even go to work.
College football just can't can't do that, and no other, not even the NBA playoffs can recreate what March Madness gives us in terms of excitement and buzz. And that's what makes it so awesome, man. Even though all of our brackets are just horrible, it's awesome.
No, I love it. And I mean, if I had money in it, I'd be very upset. But just it's so much fun because there's always entertainment involved. There's great games, and I love that it's always a conversation starter. Everybody talks about March Madness. Everybody watches it.
Non-sports fans know March Madness.
Right.
Yeah.
Even my girlfriend was getting into it because she made a bracket and she was getting upset about it. And she's like, does not care about college basketball.
My 9-year-old brother made a bracket.
Right.
It's better than mine.
And Auburn and Texas Tech, I think, both showed me why I love this so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing that happen. And Auburn's not in a bad situation, and then neither is Texas Tech. They're a 3 and a 5 seed, but nobody saw them going this far in their brackets.
Not after the first game. Auburn looked like they were going to lose in their second game no matter what.
Right.
And that's what makes it so cool.
And also, when you look at it, everybody felt it was clear cut that Duke and Tennessee were going to play each other. Like, those are the two best teams of the tournament. Those are the teams that
I don't know if I would say that's clear cut. North Carolina was the number one that has beaten Duke multiple times.
And Michigan State's a 2 seed. But what I'm saying is, like, amongst the three of us, 2 of us had Tennessee and Duke playing each other in the championship.
Right.
And
I would have put Michigan State, but I was
never.
so upset
I've learned my lesson. I am never picking against the Big Ten ever.
You can't pick against Izzo.
Or Izzo. I'm not even bothering with that.
So let's look at the final 4 games. The first one's Auburn, Virginia. I think Virginia's going to win this game. There's so much loss to UMBC.
I would have to agree with that. I think Virginia is a very determined team in this tournament. And
Virginia's very slow, very half-court play with execution type of team. And with how Auburn played in their first game and how they can be capable of playing, you just can't make mistakes against Virginia and be able to win because you're not going to have as many possessions because that's just how they play. They force you to slow it down. They force you to play a half-court set, and you lose possessions. You can't run up and down as much, and turnovers matter that much more. Virginia's going to win their game. Virginia's going to be playing for a national championship.
I agree that Virginia will be in the championship. I think I can't really expand on what else you said about the fact that they play half court. I mean, you got to make the plays, and as well as Auburn has played, I just don't think they're a mistake-free level team. I just don't think that's going to happen. I agree with that. Texas Tech and Michigan State, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think Michigan State wins the national championship.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
And
Cassius Winston is Final Four most outstanding player.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything stopping Michigan State. The way that they played against Duke, to me, that was a sign of this team's going to win a national championship.
No, that game was the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
The Duke-Michigan State game determined who will win.
That being said, you still got to stay focused. And Texas Tech is not a team that you want to lose any little bit of focus on, because that's what I love about the Virginia and Michigan State situation, because they're essentially like playing trap games. Because these are the 2 best teams. These are the teams that should be playing each other right now.
Of the 4.
Of the 4, yes. They're the 2 clear-cut teams that'll be in the national championship. The favorites, at least. I want to say clear-cut, because then I'll jinx myself. But they're the 2 better teams, and it's exciting. Like I said, how can you not love March Madness? It's all the sports.
Loves it. We'll see how that goes.
I don't think we touched on this enough. Tom Izzo. Unbelievable. I don't know how he keeps doing it.
Yell at me, man. Like, he's just... I love him as a type of coach. Like, he's passionate to his players.
That is so fitting that he's in the position to win a national championship after that controversy. Because I'm like, unless you've played sports, you have... shut up. Just shut up.
It sounds bad, but in a lot of cases, this is what it takes.
It's what it takes.